The crazy thing about AI is like we experiment with something for like 4 weeks, and then by then, like it feels like there's a new
Yeah,
thing, to
absolutely.
to play with. I think people are going to want to skip it, and I don't think they
Yeah,
should.
yeah,
All
definitely.
of that still applies, in an AI world if you want to write quality software. So none of that has changed.
Thank you so much for your time.
Really nice to meet you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much, Alex.
It was fun. Yeah.
That was awesome.
Welcome.
Taylor, the master himself, thank
Yeah.
you for having you here. It's a pleasure to talk to you.
Yeah.
And after after your vision for Laravel and the AI stuff, I would like to take the chance to go a bit deeper into the issues and the topics you have discussed yesterday. So first of all, Laravel is about the happiness of the developers. And what do you think in the next 1-2 years? How will AI maybe modify this happiness stuff Laravel is standing for?
Yeah, it's an interesting question. I think some developers feel very happy and some feel very scared about AI. I think I've mainly been happy, and I think one of the things that influences developer happiness is the ability to just get things done. And I think AI has sort of changed the game as far as that goes. Developers are notorious for having lots of side projects and ideas that often go unfinished, unfortunately, because of time, and writing code has historically been very slow. With AI, generating code is actually quite fast, and the cost of generating code is low and getting lower. So for me, that's made it a lot of fun because a lot of ideas that previously I would have, delayed or put on the backlog, we can actually now ship more quickly. So, for example, the file explorer in Laravel Cloud that I showed on stage during my talk, we built that primarily using AI, but still reviewing the code, every line of code by hand, but generating the initial prototype, we used AI. So we built the whole feature in about 5 or 6 hours. Previously that probably would have taken us several days. So for me, that makes me happy, because I can ship things quite a bit faster. And I think in the next couple of years, we'll see what happens. It's hard to see even a few months into the future right now, but presumably the AI will get more intelligent at writing code, and we can ship even more.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's the same opinion. So it's really good for MVPs. It's really good. You can make a proof of concept, and then you go with these learnings into it. And yeah, I'm totally with you. You talked about Laravel Boost, and Laravel Boost promising that the AI-powered Laravel development experience. And what do you think? How to involve these as a productive improvement or a productivity improvement for the next couple of months?
Yeah, so for Boost, it's the way people use AI and inject context into the AI has been evolving ever since the models, or ever since agentic workflows kind of really took off. At first with Laravel Boost, we were putting a lot of Laravel information into the agents.md or claude.md file, and we still do that to a large extent. We've started using skills in Laravel Boost. I think we'll continue to expand the skill knowledge. So add more content into the existing skills, build new skills for things like the Cloud CLI. I think that's pretty instrumental in making sure that the model can write, up-to-date best practice code. I think that's what a lot of people are interested in, or what we hear at least, is that they want skills and they want AI guidance that makes the AI follow best practices. The AI is good at writing a lot of code. Some of it is slop and some of it is good. And with Boost, we're trying to put out a tool that helps it write code that follows Laravel best practices according to Laravel, according to the creators of the framework. So I think that's kind of interesting. And it's something. The cool thing about Boost is we can always keep improving it, very iteratively, really week after week. And it's a really fun project to work on.
Yeah, so I was also testing it out last week. Start a project from the scratch, starting with Laravel Boost as to make the architecture and to make the whole concept. And it's really fast. It's really promising what is coming out. So
Yeah.
I'm totally
It's cool.
impressed about it.
Yeah.
So we talked about Boost. So this is for now something like a sidecar. But about what do you think for the future as the first-class citizen in Laravel? So will it be part of the core?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of, I feel like it a little bit is. So like when you do Laravel new right now on the command line, we do actually offer to install Boost for you. By default, the selection is yes. So for new Laravel applications, it is sort of an opt-out sort of experience. So we do try to include it by default. And we may go even further there as AI workflows become more, instrumental and sort of like as AI becomes the default for
Mm.
developers, which I think we're heading that direction. I think it makes sense for like we want obviously the AI to write the best code, so
Mm.
we want that probably to be the default,
Mm.
in Laravel, because I think it's going to be necessary, if you want to
Mm.
generate high quality code with AI.
Well, so you also showed some really nice features yesterday about this chatting functionality, and we also talked about it. So do you think there will also be some facades or anything like that for direct native integration, not for the development experience, but for the program itself that it can use AI? So something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, it's a good question. I mean, we've experimented with some things like that internally, and we'll continue to experiment
Mm.
with it. The crazy thing about AI is like we experiment with something for like 4 weeks, and then
Mm.
by then, like it feels like there's a new
Yeah,
thing, to
absolutely.
play with. So we'll see. It's something we're always working on, and we'll see if it lands, in
Mm.
production, as they say.
So, and then let me give you one last question. So, about the human side. So, what do you think? How will the traditional Laravel developer evolve in the next months? Or, yeah, I think in AI we're talking about weeks and months, and not years.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah. I think that's, the million-dollar question.
yeah,
I think it's, for me, like for more experienced
mm,
developers, AI is a tool that helps you generate code more quickly, and you have the experience to
mm,
review the code and sort of re-architect the code and refactor it to be how you want. For junior developers is where I think things are less clear
mm,
because they're presumably using AI, but they maybe lack the experience to know when to
mm,
refactor the code or when the code is not going to be scalable or even maybe is insecure. And I think that's really the gap to figure out. I don't know if it's, a mentorship thing. So
mm,
like mentorship maybe is going to be quite a bit more important, for junior developers to pair with a more experienced developer so they can kind of like teach them how to
mm,
use the AI tools. And it's really going to be still important, I think, to learn the fundamentals
mm,
of writing code by hand to some extent, or at least architecting code, because all of that still applies,
mm,
in an AI world if you want to write quality software. So none of that has changed. So it's going to be important to learn those things. I think traditional like programming education is still going to be
mm.
important. I think people are going to want to skip it, and I don't think they
Yeah,
should.
yeah, definitely.
I think it would be in their benefit to continue to learn those things, and I think that's what makes more experienced developers more effective with
Mm.
AI and get better results over longer time frames.
Yeah. So it's also the same challenge we are facing now. So I think the most problematic stage is the juniors, as you said.
Yeah,
So for our seniors, it's really easy. So you're more like an auditor for the code who was created for AI. But
yeah,
so it's like in the earlier days with Stack Overflow. So I told all my developers, you can code from Stack Overflow, but you have to know what it's doing there. So
yeah.
it's exactly for the AI the same stuff.
I think
Mm,
the problem has not fundamentally changed in
mm,
the sense that, like, you're right. We always used to copy code from Stack
yeah.
Overflow, which was very similar to like using
Mm,
AI, you might say.
mm,
And people did that, and you still needed to learn the fundamentals of
yeah.
architecture or even using frameworks, right? I remember when I first built Laravel and frameworks were popular in
Mm,
PHP and getting more popular, people were like, well, if you learn a framework, do you really know how to
mm,
build applications? And I think we've always had this problem, but AI amplifies it because you can generate so much code so quickly, that it just kind of like makes the problem more glaring.
mm.
Anyways, but the people will still need to learn the foundational concepts of building software, I think.
Yeah. So I think this is great final words. It was a
Mm.
pleasure to talk to you.
Yeah, thanks for having
Thank
me.
you. Yeah, thank you so much.